Okay guys, so if you've been following the channel for about a year, you'll see me make this. And if I put the right image up, you will see the pokey stick. What's a pokey stick? That is a darn good question. So basically it is a stick that you use for stirring the fire up, and you can also use it as tongs to move logs around in the fire. Pokey stick, it's a fire poker, what converts into tongs. That's what I made. Which works fantastically, but the one problem is that I left it in the camper for the winter, and I haven't got the camper out yet, and I just need one for in the camper and at home. Which leads me to the next part. If you've been watching the channel for a year, you'll also see me make this. This is my king's throne that I made for, it's a deck chair. It looks like a throne, and I made it for on the fire. You'll see me make that. So now what we're going to do in this video is we're going to take the king's throne, and we're going to take the pokey stick, and we're just going to make them into one. So we are going to make the king's scepter in this video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to get pretty crazy. Let's get dusty! Alright, so serious time here, because I feel like you guys being serious with me and telling me when I don't wear safety stuff and that my one-born challenges don't count because I use glue and screws. I feel like the you guys being true and honest with me means that I can be true and honest with you guys. This whole idea on this video was because I just got a wood lathe and I really wanted to use it for the first time, so that's why we're doing what we're doing here. I've never turned anything, I believe is the correct terminology. I've never turned anything on a lathe, so it'll be my first time. I do got safety glasses this time, guys. You guys are welcome for that. We're gonna give this a shot, Tater Tot. I'm gonna try to make the handle portion of this on here. I am jittery and excited to use my new toy. And according to my YouTube research, the first thing that you need to do when you're trying to turn something is you need to try to get it as square as possible. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to take this section 2x4 and we're going to turn it into, it'll be a 1.5 by 1.5. Let's do that. And now that once we have the board square from my research, extensive research on the old YouTube, is you need to mark the center of each end. And I'm just going to use this straight edge, corner to corner. And that'll give me a nice X and a nice reference point of what close to the center will be on both ends. And then we will stick it into the lathe. Okay, I have 10 fingers starting off. The goal is to keep the 10 fingers, and first I'm going to try to get this thing to a dowel shape using what I believe is a gouge chisel. You know what, don't listen to me on tools, I don't know what I'm doing. But we're going to give her a shot. Cue the music. So I have a dowel, just about, not the prettiest dowel I've ever seen, but I have basically a dowel. So now I'm going to kind of take some marks here, because I think this is going to be the handle, the top of the handle, and I'm going to narrow it down towards the end. So this will be the part where I'm going to try to do some detail in here. I mean, it's going all right, not too bad. Alright, so I got this thing basically looking how I want it to be shaped. I mean, I think doing treated was not a good idea on this, but it will be outside, so, and it does make a lot of dust, but I'm gonna sand this and see how that goes. Not really sure if you're supposed to do this or not, but I'm gonna try sanding it this way. It is working, but I feel like I'm doing something very stupid. So I'm not going to film the rest of me doing this because I don't really think this is a smart idea. Maybe I'm wrong. I think you're supposed to use, I think you can do this. I think you just need different sandpaper, like the 1-inch wide, like thicker sandpaper. But I'm not a big fan of reaching my hand around this thing at all, so I'm not going to record the rest of this part. We'll just skip it to where it's nice and smooth. All right, this thing, like, I think it actually turned out really cool. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some high spots in here, but I mean, for my first time ever, like, wood turning, I think this came out really cool. And it does kind of look like a Harry Potter wand a little bit, but dude, I'm like really happy with this. I think the sanding thing is okay because I'm being really careful, but I don't know if that's, yeah, but anyways, this is nice. I like it. Sorry I rubbed my wood in front of you, but I like it. I like it. I think it came out decent. Now comes the hard part, because now I need to cut this thing in half somehow. Thinking bandsaw. Probably gonna ruin the first thing that I ever lathed up, turned. Sorry to people who know what's going on. Let's try to not destroy this thing. Well, no, I'm pretty nervous about this one. Alright, these things are going to cut in half. I sanded it so it fits back together, and ideally I'll be able to do what I need to do with this. But that being said, I do need to cut down the piece of metal that will actually go for inside the fire, and then I'm going to have to attempt to try to groove into here for that metal to get recessed in. So I'm going to cut the metal right now. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. The King's Fire Scepter poker is complete. So I really like the way that I turned this wood, especially for being my first time ever. I think it turned out really sweet. The handle grip feels really nice. It does, as you saw, open up so you can grab stuff. But, you know, I think that the pokey stick is better because the pokey stick is a little bit longer and it's a little more rigid. When I was turning this thing down right here, I got a little thin in this area, so it's got a little play when you pick up big logs, but it works. Like I said, this was an excuse to use my new lathe, so I'm really happy with this. If you want to check out the other video of the pokey stick, I'd recommend that one because that one turned out more efficient than this, but this is pretty cool. And this kind of matches my King's Thorn I have out there, so that's cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Bippity boppity.